time, it can deal a difficult hand to some.
Our patients who are here for long-term kind of become part of our PICU family.
Children's Minnesota sees a lot of bad cards dealt to families.
809 days in a NICU/PICU.
Like to the 2-year-old boy who once stayed here.
His smile is like contagious to everybody. Anyone that walks by and sees him smile, they always start laughing and smiling too.
Meet Ace. Mom Ajane and Dad Antoine welcomed him into this world 3 months early.
He had a 0.8 chance of surviving from the time that I had gone into labor till now.
Doctors discovered that he had an extremely rare disease.
He has Ehlers-Danlos, and that is a connective tissue disorder, so his skin and other tissues in his body don't have the same kind of elasticity that ours do.
Well, I'm basically a nurse, just no schooling. I know everything that there is to know about this stuff now.
Yeah, we worried about him for a long time, and we were afraid that this day wouldn't come. That makes it even more special to know that he's overcome so many obstacles.
My loudmouth lime, I call him, because he's always sitting with his mouth open talking to somebody.
A lion that finally fought his way out of the hospital.
Such an exciting day.
Over time, bad cards may be dealt.
His name fits him, man. Ace, he's one of a kind.
But you never know when an ace is on the way.
So surreal. So wonderful.
For the first time, this ace
Later, I'm gonna miss you.
is on his way home.
Oh, that's been Ace's room for so long, but now he's at home and he's getting to live his life outside of the hospital for the first time ever.
Driving into a small town, they tell you not to blink or you'll miss it.
It's so well traveled that when you pass the sign, you don't read it anymore.
One sign, 7 letters.
Ogilvie.
Catching a lot of attention.
You're used to it being spelled right, not wrong.
A misspelling making the rounds on social media.
I pulled my Facebook up and I was like, ha ha!
But you know what? I thought, why waste the sign? I mean, let's just change the name of the town.
It's also the talk of town at the Tower Bar.
So where is Ogilvie? It's halfway between Malacca and Mora.
I can spell it right. I've lived here my whole life.
Steve wanted to stick around here.
Well, happy hour. A friend of mine told me 2 years ago it was spelled wrong.
That might be the happy hour talking, though, because MnDOT says that they put up the sign just last week. And after all the buzz, it was fixed by today.
This is all in good fun.
When you're going 60 miles an hour and you see a sign, who really reads it? I mean, it spells it out. Right?
Unless it says bridge out ahead.
They thought it was the city's fault.
No, they just don't know how to spell it or say it.
A now memorable sign.
But that's living in Ogilvie.
All because of a mistake.
No, it's a nice small town, and so they spelled it wrong. Okay, what now?
To some, it might be a town that you just drive by, but to 388 people,
Yep, this is home.
whether it's spelt right or not.
Anybody that wants to get, worked up about it,
Morgan Wolfe,
probably is not from Ogilvie.
KARE 11 News.
Tonight, there was a special visit, though, for a family who has had 2 kids under 2 in the hospital at the same time. I was there to catch the reaction and why it was so meaningful.
In St. Paul, sniffles, coughs, and sneezes. They're the sounds that you'll hear in these halls. What you'll see are a lot of concerned parents.
Since Christmas Day.
This includes Kayla Jellison.
I think we probably slept maybe 5 hours since then.
Her youngest of 8, 6-month-old Carson, was taken by ambulance from their home in Richmond, Wisconsin to Children's Minnesota.
Got diagnosed with RSV. And then Kelsey was running a fever, took her temperature, it was 105.
2-year-old Kelsey joining her baby brother.
The birthday girl today, yep.
Spending her special day in the hospital.
It's tough.
For a family who runs a tow truck company, their friends knew how to lift them up. From near and far, 41 tow trucks lit up the streets of St. Paul and made sure their support was heard.
It's amazing.
In the halls of the hospital.
Emotional, hard, but I love it.
I made a post, said that I've got family in the hospital, and he owns a tow company, and everybody wanted to get involved. I was not expecting this.
Providing birthday girl Kelsey and her family with a dose of love. Sometimes just showing up is enough.
They're the tow brothers and sisters is what we call everybody. They're family.
A time-honored tradition.
State rivalry.
Is guaranteed to be loud. But before the puck dropped at the Gopher and Bulldog game, silence.
The two teams are playing, and we're playing with heavy hearts tonight.
Adam Johnson, former UMD number 7, died 6 days ago.
His goal against Boston University in the Fargo Regional put us in the Frozen Four for the first time in 13 years.
Johnson's death has the hockey community mourning and also reflecting.
It took something like this to get people to really think about safety issues in the game.
Pat Micheletti, former player and color analyst, says that players are faster, taller, and stronger than ever, which is why he thinks that leagues should be mandating neck guards. Minnesota native TJ Oshie's brand has neck guards, and they sold out this week. Oshie also became one of the first NHL players to wear a neck guard in a game.
We need more people like that to lead the way.
A handful of Bulldog players strapped on the guards tonight. The Gophers ordered a badge for the team, but they haven't arrived yet. Governing hockey entities in Canada and Sweden mandate guards for amateurs, European leagues, and the International Ice Hockey Federation too. In the U.S., none of our major leagues mandate them. USA Hockey does recommend them, though, and today they said that they're reviewing research and consulting with equipment manufacturers on enhancing safety. Past studies have said that neck guards only worked in low-impact situations.
There's risk in the sport. I mean, it's great if the guys want to wear neck guards. For younger kids, it should be mandated. It's a freak accident, too.
A classic sport that has many wondering if it's time for change.
It's not to the point where it's going to hinder you at all. And so I just think it's the right thing to do.
At the U, Morgan Wolfe, KARE 11 News. Fighting over 6,000 miles away is hitting home for Minnesotans.
This has claimed the life of over 8,000 Palestinians and over 3,500 children in just 3 weeks.
Sana Waswa says that the pain and suffering of Palestinians in Gaza is palpable.
Even when Palestinians protest non-violently, when they're engaging in actions that have nothing to do with Hamas, we still see the aggression leverage against them.
People tonight coming together calling for President Biden to stop supporting Israel as the country retaliates against Hamas with attacks from the air and on the ground. This all started 3 weeks ago when Hamas launched an unexpected assault on Israel, killing more than 1,000 Israelis.
Bloodiest day in Jewish history since the Holocaust.
But this conflict has a long history.
It goes back to the centrality of the Holy Land.
The Jewish Community Relations Council of Minnesota and the Dakotas points to the handful of attempts to gain peace with Palestine.
You know, there's so much, unfortunately, to correct on the record, so many misapprehensions and mistaken facts and the like.
Shut it down! Bloodshed on both sides, shining a light on one fact: immense hurt for both Palestinians and Israelis.
Ceasefire right now would be disastrous for Israel, given the fact that it would essentially immunize Hamas for having crossed the border and committed horrible atrocities and taken hostages. If Israel can't exercise its absolute right to self-defense within the laws of war.
I believe that the Palestinian civilians of Gaza should not be punished for the actions of one political group. Palestine!